Oh, look at that monstrosity. That is our pulled beef, cheese melt, horseradish sauce and caramelized onions. Ridiculous sandwich. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today an absolute cracker using the pulled beef that we made the other day. We are going to make a pulled beef, cheese melt, horseradish sauce and caramelized onions. Wow, what a flavour burst. Let's get on and do it. Come on. A pan with a lid, okay? It's a saucier pan, but it doesn't matter, it'll do the job. Onions. And what we're going to do is slice them thinly. Any which way, you can do them that way, you can do them that way, it doesn't matter. Do it that way, we don't care. Okay, so we've got these thin onions. So what we're going to do is carry on and slice these. So that's the first stage of this done. There's our onions, nicely sliced, ready to be caramelized. Simple as, a little bit of butter in there or oil. I'm going to do both, so you know, I'll just show you, it doesn't matter. A little bit of butter in there, a little bit of sugar, that's going to help caramelize the onions at the end. A little bit of salt, draw out the moisture of the onions. A little bit of boiling water, straight from the kettle. Lid on, flame on. Boil the onions, steam the onions. When the moisture has evaporated, the butter, the oil takes over, we stir it all through. It starts to cook off in there. The salt's drawn out some of the moisture. The sugar's going to help caramelize. We will caramelize these onions within 15 to 20 minutes, tops. Just give them a little stir. None of these are going to be stuck in here yet, but it is a stainless pan. Carry on. Here we go, look, the water's boiled off and now we're starting to caramelize. So we don't need the flame too high, and this is a stainless pan, so it's going to probably blacken, but that doesn't matter. Nice and gently. Keep turning them over. You don't need the lid on now. We're trying to evaporate the water from the onions. We've steamed them, we've boiled them, we've softened them, we've given them a fantastic head start. Now we can start to caramelize them out. Just chuck them about in the pan a little bit, you know, turn them over. Obviously the ones on the bottom have got to come through. Nice and steady. Okay, you decide how far you want to take your onions for caramelizing. I don't want to go any further than that. Not for what I want today. If you want to go a bit further, go a bit further. I think they're absolutely bang on, and they've taken roughly 15 minutes. Amazing that. Okay, they're good enough for me. That's going to be flame off. Okay, what I'm going to probably do is make up one sandwich and then we'll make another up afterwards. So what we need to do is slice some thick slice from a crusty. Any crusty that you want to use. In fact, let's come there. I'm going to eat that with butter and gravy. So let's come through there. Well, we got a couple of slices there. Look, that'll do for what we need. Let's just put that to one side. There we go. Couple of nice crusty pieces of bread. Well, that's crusty. That's nice and soft as usual. Right, in here I've got about a tablespoon of mayo, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter. We're going to mix that in, cream it in together. Okay, lovely jubbly. One side, bread. So what we're going to quickly do is push that to one side. We're going to re-warm our beef mix. Okay, very quickly we need to warm up our beef. This is our pulled beef from the other day. It's got a little bit of that gravy in, look. Kept it moist, it's beautiful. If you want to know how to make it, there's a link on the channel. Very easy. So just warm that through, and then we're ready to slap it on our bread. Fabulous. My mouth's watering already. Oh man. And you know, you could actually caramelize this as well. If you wanted to leave it till it got a bit of a crusty coating on there, then turn it all over. Extra flavour inside there, you know. Okay, and when you've warmed up your meat how you want it, that'll do. We're going to put the sandwich together, come on. Okay, and it's straightforward. That butter mix on there. That butter mayo mix on there. Right up to the edges. Turn it back over. Now what's going to happen is the butter side is going to be side down in the pan. So this is the unbuttered side, obviously, and this is ready-made horseradish sauce. A decent layer. We want to splurge it on there. Come on. And on there. Woohoo! You want to be able to taste it? On there. A layer of cheddar. Some of that pulled beef. Caramelized onions. Come on. Look at those beauties. All sticking together. Look at that. On there, mozzarella. Oh, now we're talking melt. And then on there, our lid. Oh, that is a cracker. So grab yourself a pan, and this is completely 100% cold, and we're not going to put anything in it but the sandwich. Lift up our sandwich, and that goes in there. Now we hit this up with the slightest of flame, really, really low. Then you grab a lid and you put a lid on there. A little squashing if you have to, like I have to. Now what's going to happen is it's going to build up the heat in there, and it's going to start to melt in there, and then it's going to start to toast on the bottom. It's as easy as that. You don't need loads of butter in there. You don't need a high flame. You need to cook it from a cold pan. Slow heat build up, everything melts, flip it over, finish it off. Okay, the hardest bit of this is actually turning it to toast the top. By far the hardest. Okay, so you got to think about what you're going to put in there to turn it over. It's entirely up to you. So if you want to go in there with one of these, but be careful, because even I'm using a non-stick pan. But not to worry. So basically it's under there like that, nice and gently. Lift up your sandwich, take your pan and turn it over. Nice and steady like that. And now you've got this golden top, and we're going to caramelize the bottom. Put your lid back on, caramelize the other side. Now when you've got your toasty done, turn off the heat, just give it a little second, and then we're going to take it out. Oh, on there. Look at that. Well, I don't think there's any other thing to do than get in there. Oh, look at that monstrosity. That is our pulled beef, cheese melt, horseradish sauce and caramelized onions. Ridiculous sandwich. Can you eat this? I don't think you can. I think it's a knife and fork job. But that is absolutely amazing. Lovely toasty sandwich. Oh, I can't believe it. Lovely toasty sandwich. We've got that pulled beef, caramelized onion flavour all the way through there. You've got the horseradish in there. You've got the cheeses in there. That is, that is crazy good. Now, I wouldn't recommend eating this every single day, but I'll tell you, oh wow, it's unbelievable. All the caramelized onions and the cheese falling out of there, look. But you know, with a knife and fork, you know, if we put that down there, excuse me, I'm all covered in grease, butter, but you know, with a knife and fork, easy. You know, sometimes it's worth getting covered in that cheesy, oily grease just to enjoy something. Got lovely toasty bread on the outside of it. We got a lovely toasty crust all the way around. Oh, there's no point trying to pull it all to pieces. All that cheese is sticking it all up. Look at all that in there. All that goo with that pulled beef. That is all that cheese goo. That is fantastic. That is sensational. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make this sandwich. Mad, but easy. And if you do like what we're doing, a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll catch you in the next video. Oh man. Oh, look at all this cheesy onion, horseradish, beefy goo.